Top of the morning, traders. How are you? I hope you are all well. Today is Tuesday, the 6th of December. The sun is shining, so let's do this. As always, guys, we're going to look back at yesterday's trades. We're going to look at today's potential trades, and we're also going to look at the important news for today as well. Before we get started, I must tell you three things before my editor becomes violent again. Firstly, the Discord channel, guys, come join it. There's loads of traders on there sharing great ideas, what's not to like. Come and join it. You'll learn a bunch. Secondly, guys, we have our live stream tomorrow, Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. London GMT. So come on and ask as many questions about trading as you like. And then thirdly, guys, my mentorship program. If you would like to be mentored one-on-one with myself, then drop us an email. All the information for all of these things are in the video description. All right, I can feel my editor be just calming down now. Okay, so guys, the first trade from yesterday. So this is the recap, guys. The first trade from yesterday was this. It was the euro against the US dollar. All right, and price was clearly in an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. It didn't create a higher high here, yeah, because this grey zone was potentially weekly resistance. All right, so it wasn't sure if price was going to come down or not, but instead created a new higher low and then broke this level. Yeah, so we had higher highs. Okay, so structurally we were in a uptrend and we'd broken this key level. All right, and then if I zoom in, guys, yeah, you can also see we just had nothing but bullish candles. Yeah, we had these candles that told me I could take price back up to this blue line. Okay, but the market yesterday, yeah, formed a negative candle, guys. So yeah, if you are in a long, I wouldn't stay in it. Yeah, I'm not looking for longs anymore today. Okay, but the idea yesterday was to long it up to this blue line here. Okay, but let's look at the H1 now, guys, to see if we could actually get in on this. And the answer was no for me. Okay, so we had our two grey zones mapped out. All right, so price came up, yeah, tested this grey zone, tested it again, come up, and then collapsed. Okay, creating lower lows on the H1. Okay, but what we were looking for, guys, was a reaction at this grey zone. We had this candle, but for me, guys, not bullish enough, especially after the previous candle. All right, and then we also had this candle, guys, but there's a couple of things I didn't like about this candle. So firstly, this wick, yeah, this wick here, yeah, closed back below this last high here, and also we didn't have much room to move into. This would have been our target, the last H1 high, and we simply didn't have enough room to move into. All right, so I didn't trade this pair, guys. To be honest with you, when I saw this candle form, yeah, and it had broken these highs, I was thinking, okay, maybe I should have got in this pair. We have some more room to the upside, but price collapsed, guys. Yeah, so we saw a lot of US dollar strength yesterday. Okay, but guys, yeah, I just couldn't get in on this candle here. The wick and the room to move into. So I didn't have a trade on euro US dollar. Okay, the next one I looked at was the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. So let's take a look at this now, guys. And this was another trade I couldn't get into, guys, and let me explain why. So let's start with the day chart. All right, we were looking to short this pair because it was in a downtrend, right? So price was sort of breaking down. It's quite a ranging market, but then it come breaking down, guys. All right, broke this low, broke these lows, even these lows over here. Okay, so we had lower lows. Yeah, lower lows were forming, and we're looking for a lower high now. Yeah, we don't know where it will be, but we're looking for a lower high. But structurally, we got lower lows. We're in a downtrend. Okay, so that's why we were looking for short, and we had this bearish candle here, guys. We thought we could just take this momentum on back down to this blue line. That was the idea. Let's look at the H1 now, guys, to see what actually happened. So we had our two grey zones mapped out. Let's move this grey zone over a bit so we can still see it. Okay, so we had our two grey zones mapped out. First of all, the first grey zone, obviously nothing bearish happened. Yeah, it just stormed through our first grey zone. Yeah, no problem. Didn't get a setup. We don't have a trade. All right. Then secondly, it come up to our second grey zone. And then we had what I call a box of indecision, guys. Yeah, this box here, we've got sellers in control, buyers in control, sellers in control, buyers in control. So for me, I was waiting for a break of this box, yeah, before I could start taking price lower. Okay. And we don't get a break. As you can see, we get this bullish candle form here, which breaks the high of this box. And when it breaks the high of this box, I'm not interested in shorts anymore, guys. Yeah, as you can see, it's sort of in an uptrend now on the H1. So for those reasons, guys, I didn't get a trade. If we drop down to the M15 chart now, you'll be able to see this box of indecision more clearly. Yeah, so this was the box of indecision, guys. All right, so let's just draw this in. Yeah, so this area here was the box of indecision that I showed you on the H1. And as you know, guys, I look for an M15 breakdown in structure as well sometimes as an extra piece of confluence. And as you can see, price just stayed in an uptrend. We didn't get a break of structure. If the M15 structure, like I said, broke down, yeah, I'm looking for shorts, but it never did, guys. So we didn't have a trade. Okay, so yes, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, no trade, guys. The third trade idea from yesterday was this. It was the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. All right, and let's start with the day chart, guys. So yeah, price was clearly in a downtrend. All right, so price had rallied, yeah, and then come crashing down, breaking these lows. As soon as we saw these lows broke here, yeah, structure had changed quite dramatically. Okay, and then we had a lower high, and then price came tumbling down. And yesterday, guys, we had this not yesterday, the day before yesterday, we had this candle, and we've also formed another bullish candle yesterday. This would still be a trade idea for today, to be honest. So I'll talk about that later. But for these reasons, guys, in a downtrend, bearish candles, we were just trying to take price back down to this blue line, this psychological level. All right, let's drop down to the H1 chart to see what happened. And I actually traded this one. Let me explain why. So price obviously didn't come back up and test this level here. Didn't come back up to this grey zone. All right. So we didn't trade from this grey zone, obviously. But price was still, yeah, in a downward structure. Yeah, we started forming lower lows on the H1. Yeah, we wasn't, lower highs. We wasn't making lower lows. Okay. But once price come back up to these highs here, I thought we could take a trade here. Yeah, because this was the last H1 high. All right, this was the last H1 high, guys, not this anymore. So price throughout the day had changed where the important zones were. Yeah, this zone become an important zone for me. It become the last H1 high. Okay, and then we got this candle, yeah, react at that level. All right, and we had a bit of room to move into to this last H1 low here. Okay, so price came back up, tested this zone here. We've got a bearish reaction in the form of a engulfing candlestick pattern. I got a slight retrace here. This is where I entered here. Okay, and then I took price. I put my stop above here. Then I took price back down to these last lows. I've closed 80% at this level, yeah, and roughly got 1:1, guys, a little bit over 1:1, it worked out. Closed 80%, and now I'm just going to let 20% run, guys. Let 20% run, and I'm going to trail my stop according to price action. So if price comes up here and does this, then I'll just move my stop from here to here. All right, and I'll just trail my stop down. So yeah, we have one good trade yesterday, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, and we're still in this trade. All right, guys, so those are the free trade ideas from yesterday. Let's take a look at today's trades now. Okay, guys, so yesterday we made some money on the Canadian dollar Swiss franc. And if you enjoyed the recap, guys, then come join us, yeah? Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, and also smash the like button. It really helps support the channel. We appreciate it. Guys, before I start the trade ideas for today, Tuesday, the 6th of December, 3 things. Firstly, our Discord channel, guys, come join it. Loads of great traders sharing great ideas on there. You won't be disappointed. Secondly, join our live stream tomorrow, Wednesday, 6:30 a.m. London GMT. Come on, ask me questions. I'll answer all of them. Everyone's happy. Thirdly, our mentorship program. If you would like to be mentored one-on-one by myself, spaces are filling up, guys, then please drop us an email, yeah? All the information for all of this is in the video description. Right, trade ideas for Tuesday, the 6th of December. I'm just going to show you what I'm looking at first, guys, and then I'm going to give you my trade idea. There's only one really today that I'm looking to trade. But we just wanted to start with this dollar index, guys, because you remember yesterday we pinpointed this grey zone. Yeah, it was once good support, and it continued to be good support here again, guys. Yeah. So this grey zone come into effect yesterday. If we zoom in, you can see that we have had this very bullish candle bump off of there. Yeah, so we had this bullish candle that has bounced off of this zone, guys. And this is why we were seeing a lot of dollar strength yesterday. Okay, so what that has led to is the following. So let me look at a couple of US dollar trades that I'm looking at, guys. All right, so this is New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. So we're seeing the same on some of the majors. Yeah, we're seeing a huge rejection candle. Okay, so for these reasons, I think we can look for some shorts back down to the next area of support, which is this level here. Okay, we don't have a lot of room to move into, but these can be quite opportunistic trades. Yeah, we won't be in them for a long time. Yeah, just an intraday trade back down to this next area of potential support here. Okay, if we can look at another pair now, if we look at US dollar Swiss franc, the same is happening here. Let me get rid of my drawing. So if we look at this one now, guys, as you can see, this grey zone held, yeah, and we've had this bullish reaction form at these lows. All right, so even with US dollar Swiss franc, potentially, yeah, we could take price back up to these highs here. But you have to bear in mind, guys, these are against trend trades. Makes them a little bit riskier, but yeah, but we can get in and out of the trade and make some money. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on US dollar, a couple of US dollar pairs, but they're not actual trade ideas for today, guys. Also, what I'm looking at is this, a couple of the yen pairs. I mean, both of these are highly correlated, but I'm looking at euro yen. All right, so euro yen is in a good position for shorts. Yeah, if we look at the structure here, it was clearly in an uptrend, but then price has been breaking down. We've got lower highs, lower lows. The thing I don't like is this huge bullish green candle, but this level here seems like a good place to short, guys. Okay, so this is another potential trade idea, but not the trade idea for today. I'm just showing you what I'm looking at. So euro yen, I believe, is in a good position to short. Okay, what I would want to see, guys, on the hourly chart is a breakdown in structure. All right, so this is the hourly chart. Obviously, we don't have a breakdown in structure yet. It's clearly in an uptrend. But what I'd like to see is potentially, something like this, and we start coming down. Then I might become interested in this pair. Okay, so euro yen, perhaps a H1 structure breakdown. The same for Swiss franc Japanese yen, guys. Okay, obviously that's highly correlated with the euro yen. I get it. I understand that. But this was actually a trade idea from yesterday. So again, if we look at the day chart, yeah, it's in a good position. Yeah, it was ranging. It broke down. It's come back up. And it's sort of testing some of these lows here. Yeah, so it's in a good area here to start taking price back down. All right. Again, if I zoom in, I don't like the bullishness of this green candle, similar to the euro yen, but this zone here is a good area to start looking for shorts. It might not happen today, guys. It might happen tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye out for this. Again, if we go down to the H1 chart, what I want to see is a breakdown in structure. So price comes up, yeah, breaks this low here, and then potentially a retrace, and then we can get in. So that's what I would want to see with this pair as well. So yeah, a couple of opportunistic trades on US dollar pairs, New Zealand US dollar Swiss franc, and also euro yen and chiefy yen are in good positions to potentially look for a H1 structure breakdown. And guys, if you're enjoying this analysis, then please come join us. We would love to have you. Subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash the like button. Merci beaucoup. My trade idea for today, though, is this. Yeah, Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. I know it's deja vu, guys, but I still think this is a good trade for shorts. Okay, so if we look at the day chart, my higher time frame target never got hit yesterday, but not much has changed. All right, we're still in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, and it's come shooting down. And also the last three candles have all been very bearish. Yeah, and they're all breaking the lows of the last one. Yeah, I like to see that. And then I just want to take this momentum back down to this psychological level of 6,900. Okay, so not much has changed in this trade from yesterday. Yeah, we just got another bullish daily candle to tell us we can continue looking for shorts. Okay, if we drop down to the H1 chart now, we've got a couple of grey zones mapped out. Let me make this a bit bigger. Yeah, we've got a couple of grey zones mapped out, guys. So it might come back all the way up to here, okay, back up to these levels here. If it does, great. Yeah, we're just looking for a bearish reaction. That could be a bearish candlestick pattern, but really just something that tells us sellers are in control. We can then enter the market. I would take price, first of all, back down to this grey zone where I would close 80%. I would then leave 20% to run. All right, so that's how I would trade that. If that doesn't happen, guys, then we've got our second grey zone. So price could come back up into this grey zone. Again, we get a bearish reaction. My first target is always the last H1 low or high. So I would close 80% at these H1 lows, as long as I get a risk to reward of a minimum of 1:1, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run down to our higher time frame target. All right, guys. So yeah, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, we're looking to short this pair, although I am looking at a couple of other US dollar or yen pairs to see if they break down. Okay, guys, so that's it for the trade ideas. Let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash the like button. We would love to have you. Right, news for Tuesday, the 6th of December. So first of all, guys, as you can see, we had some really important news overnight. the Australian interest rate decision, okay? And it was as expected, 3.1%, okay? And in the statement, guys, they also hinted that they won't be increasing interest rates so aggressively in the future. So, yeah, that might have had an impact on the Aussie dollar. But that's been and gone, guys. The first piece of news we're interested in is this. At 9:30, London GMT, coming out of the UK, we're looking at construction PMI. So this could move any pound pair. If we carry on down, the next piece of news that we're interested in, guys, is this. We've got at 3 o'clock, we've got coming out of Canada, we've got IV PMI. So this can move any Canadian dollar pair. And then at 3:30 London GMT, we've got the RBA rate statement. So they will talk about the interest rates and how they arrived at it, guys. So this could also move the Aussie dollar. And then at 5 o'clock, we've got the short-term energy outlook coming out of the US. Okay, so this again could move any US dollar pair. Okay, guys, but that's the news for today. As you can see, no other important news. I hope you've enjoyed the vid. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. Have a great trading day, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.